Today in the crypto space, we see the market taking a hit. Bitcoin down approximately 1.5%, Ethereum down approximately 5%, and the rest of the crypto space, the altcoins, deep in the red. And the question is, should we be accumulating? In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about one project that has been super bullish in the last little while. However, it is rolling over, and that project is called Ondo. So you know what? Let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins looking for opportunity. Whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss any of my future videos, including the live streams at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on here. The market cap keeps on rolling over. As you can see, market cap is down approximately 4.4%. And the worst part is it's with volume. Means that the market is in consensus. The market participation is causing sell pressure. People are selling right now. It's unfortunate, but it is true. With this rollover, it doesn't look good. That's a distribution when you see a bit of a rollover. But just keep in mind, these fractals are on the 1 hour. They're 1 hour fractals. They are small fractals, but still not a good look in the immediate short term. We're seeing a lot of these altcoins roll over. Bitcoin, we have Ethereum coming down. We have XRP coming down. We have Solana coming down. A lot of projects are coming down. It's not catered, or this dip is not focused on one project or one narrative. This is a market-wide dip. Okay, guys, this is what we have to do. Step back and stop looking at one individual project. Like, for example, Solana being down 9%, guys. There are other projects that are not down 9% or very close to it. It's not just Solana. It's also Sui. It's also many others, guys. As you can see, 5%, Hyperliquid 12%, another 5 right here, another 7. There's dips, guys. There's lots of dips, lots of projects rolling over now, showing a lot of weakness. Look at Ondo down 7%, and the list goes on. So what we have to do is right now is really be critical about how we deploy, because you don't want to be a meme. You don't want to be one of those people that keep on deploying capital over and over and over and eventually running out. You want to make sure that you're DCing very responsibly and systematically in such a way that you're not going to run out of capital, because we don't know where a bottom is. If we start to see confirmations of a bottom, of a reversal, then it is fair game to get a bit more aggressive with your buys. But at the current moment, you got to be very critical, keep it slow and steady, and of course, focus on raising capital, because your capital is going to be your best friend as soon as we start to see signs of a bottom. Okay, guys, so that's pretty much it. As you can see, I would be focusing on these bigger dips. Radium is probably the best opportunity in the last little while, given the fact that it is down approximately 32% in the last 7 days. And it's based on FUD, guys. That's the reality. It's based on FUD. Nothing's wrong with Solana. Nothing's wrong with Radium. Nothing has changed for the Solana ecosystem. The only thing that has changed is maybe we washed it out of its memes. That meme culture might be done on Solana, which, you know what, is the healthiest thing for Solana altogether anyway. So that means that it's actually bullish. All right, guys, so let's move on. Guys, I know you're here to talk about the chart, so let's take a look at what's going on here with Bitcoin. Ultimately, Bitcoin is breaking down a little bit. Now, it's not a lot. I'll be clear. On the daily time frame, it looks great still. However, from price action perspective, the lower time frames are showing a little bit of weakness, and this is why we're seeing some of the altcoins dip. Let's take a look at this in a little bit more detail. So ultimately, what I have to be clear about is, yes, it is going sideways, and yes, we are dipping at the same time. So how can I be bullish and bearish at the same time? It all depends on time frame. As you can see that we are still going sideways above 92k. We're still okay, nothing to worry about here yet. Now, I'm not saying that we can't break down further, and I'm going to entertain that possibility by making sure that I have enough dry powder to buy the dip. And I've been saying very clearly to the community that I am raising capital. This is what I've been doing for the last month, is totally focusing on accumulating stables. And at the moment, my biggest fear is that we fall below and drop through this volume gap and start looking for support at the next level node of volume, which is all the way at about $72,000, and start hunting liquidity into this level right here. This is what I'm most concerned about. However, in the meantime, we have to be clear about the levels of support that we have, and that we may not even reach these levels of support. Right now, we have obviously the 92. Obviously, we still have this horizontal right here on the lower time frames, which we'll get into in a second, because we've came down here before, actually twice, and we got a bounce and closed daily candles above it also. So before we get overly bearish, let's be clear. We still have 92. We still have the diagonal trend line coming all the way down from all the legacy all the way down there. But at the end of the day, guys, ultimately, I don't trade diagonals. But that's the case regardless. And then we have this horizontal, which is the base of the channel, which is at about 87,000, which is very confluent with the 200 daily EMA. As you can see, that could hold up its support at the top of the volume gap, which would be great. And then obviously we coming down starts to introduce the less risky scenario where you got to be prepared to buy bigger bags. This is the level. This could be the ultimate opportunity. However, guys, I am not going to discredit the possibility of a bounce here if I start seeing some good bullish price action. Let's take a look at this on the 4-hour real quick. As you can see, the 4-hour might be getting that bounce here and maybe getting a nice recovery to see a bounce. But at the end of the day, we're in a downtrend very clearly. And if we keep on rolling over here, it doesn't look good. So, guys, be careful out there. And if Bitcoin keeps on showing weakness, you have to understand it's based on the daily time frame, because the 4 hours are already somewhat oversold. Is getting there, guys, a little bit more. If it gets oversold, it might be a good time for a reversal. EMAs are facing down red histogram bars. That's bearish. So this is still bearish, even though we're almost oversold. We're not there yet. We did kind of get there here. We did get here. So maybe we're not in a divergence. You can see lower lows on the price action, higher lows on the momentum. This expansion is weaker. Yes, we could get a bit of a reversal on the 4-hour, but guys, this is the daily that looks like absolute trash in the sense that we're not oversold and we're still dipping. The expansion did a Uno reverse and is now falling again, the red expansion, and the EMAs right here are facing down in the bearish control zone with the red histogram bar. That is looking ugly. However, the level of support is here because, as you saw, the momentum has been rolling over and falling for a good while Bitcoin's price action neutralized all that negativity and remains sideways, making a higher low at the current moment. Guys, it's still good. We're okay. So the problem is the altcoins. So let's jump right into Ondo and see what's going on there, because ultimately Ondo is in a downtrend that people don't want to accept. And I did create a video about, I think it was about a week and a half ago or so, where I talked about my thesis on Ondo, and a lot of people didn't believe that it was possible to see Ondo coming down to $1, even as low as 85 cents, 80 cents, which is still very possible here, guys. Why? Because as you can see on the daily time frame, we have no indication that this dip is over. So how can we be bullish in this case? This looks like a 3-wave structure to the downside. One wave, retracement, another wave. Now, I'm just going to be clear. It looks like the majority of the dip is done. So getting into a fresh short right now is quite risky, because maybe we come down to about 89, maybe a little bit lower, 85, and then get that bounce and be done with it. So are you going to take the chance to go short for this little thing? Unless you're going on lower time frames and you're willing to scalp and you're willing to get a better entry and all of that good stuff. But I'm talking about big spot buys. I want to see Ondo hit a horizontal support right around this level and buy, and I want to buy and accumulate very comfortably in this area. As you can see, we pick up a good amount of volume here looking left based on this price action. This node of volume is very high probability of getting its support. However, we could still get some support right here. And this is the concern in the next little while, is when are we going to see some signals of a reversal? On the daily, we're not getting any. It's a real cascading price action moment right now. You can see that the momentum is not even oversold, volatility is oversold, but expansion is coming in full force, guys. You can see this is aggressive expansion to the downside. We could get a mean reversion to the upside, but guys, hang tight here because there's no guarantee at this current moment. It looks like the momentum is trekking to oversold condition, express to the oversold condition. EMA is facing down, red histogram bars in the bearish control zone. Not a good look. However, there are some signs of divergence right here, given that we're making lower lows on the price action and higher lows on the momentum. However, these divergences, guys, you have to understand, you know, sometimes they get 2-3 drives of bearish divergence or bullish divergence in this case, and it still can come down and finally get their follow through once they reach the horizontal support. The horizontal support is a very common place to start to see the bears lose weakness because they're not going to have enough strength to break through this horizontal support. Look at this wall right here of supply and demand, and ultimately after doing all this work, do you think that they're going to have that much more strength to break through all of this? I don't think so. It's not going to happen in one go. We might come here, maybe bounce, make maybe another lower high. That's fine. At least we get some data. But in the meantime, guys, Ondo is coming down. I think that it would be safe to say, unless we get a pivot point structure, a change of character right into this level, we can expect it to come down to about 85 cents. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now the 4 hour, as usual, guys, we got to be really clear about the change of character here because we're still making lower lows and lower highs based on this low and this high and so on and so forth. We're still in a downtrend, but even if you look at this small little fractal down here, we are also still in a downtrend making lower lows and lower highs. The bearishness continues, guys, across the market and across the charts, and you can see that we are oversold at the current moment. You can see that, and we've been oversold for a good while, and we see this expansion getting weaker while this one was really strong. So maybe we're due for a bit of a response given the divergence that we see, lower lows on the price action and then higher lows on the momentum, and expansion getting smaller as long as it doesn't keep on coming down. Hopefully this one ends up being smaller than this one, which means this response is weaker than the previous, which should give us an indication that the bears are losing strength. EMAs to the downside, red histogram bars. I don't like the way this looks. It's in the bearish control zone. This looks bearish, so we gotta wait, guys. Be very patient with this market. We could get the most important reversal very, very soon, but the most important part is to have the dry powder and the capital to deploy when that happens. Now, if you're in leverage trades, just keep in mind that it's very risky, especially going long. If you're in margin trades, just keep in mind that you might have to fund your account, your margin a little bit to keep your trades open. However, guys, just to understand, don't be willing to risk more than what you're willing to lose. That is the key. It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. Do not lose capital that is, important and is detrimental to your balance in order to keep on trading. Don't blow up an account. All right, guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor. Slap the like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.